Hello and welcome to another episode of K&K Play D&D. I am your secondary host, Karin, and I am speaking so softly today because both Keith and our kiddo are already in bed. So I'm going to attempt to do the intro and outro very softly. This is episode 7 of the Seabrook-Mokana arc, and I hope you really enjoy it. Let's get those dice rolling. Previously on K&K Play D&D, mistakes were made, including this accent, which Karin wishes she could go back in time and change, but she can't. I'm stuck with it now. Anna's off to Mokana with me and that nice young man, Torn. Frankie's headed to town to take care of some defense issues.
Frankie, why don't you head into town for a little bit, check on things, see how things are doing.
All right, I want to double check and see how the tower is, the bell tower.
Yeah.
I don't remember whether I put people onto that to start repairs.
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not
Okay.
yet.
So I'm going to take a look at that. And then I'm going to go to the tavern to see if I can find somebody who can be a foreman for the project. Like if the elders can suggest somebody who would be good for that project.
All right.
And also to ask, like, are there any able-bodied people who could help out with fleshing out the bit here? So yeah, I'll go down to town and I'll go to the tavern and see if I can locate some of the elders.
Okay. The tavern's fairly empty at that point. Essentially, it's Benny by herself.
Oh, okay.
Manning the place at that point. Her father's nowhere to be seen. There are a few patrons in there. A couple travelers, a couple fishermen who've already come in.
So travelers, like, they look like they're passing through, or they look like they're looking for work?
Passing through.
Okay.
A merchant has come through and is about to leave.
Okay.
Oh, what can I get for you, miss?
I'll just take one of the house ales. And then, Benny, is Ator around? Is your dad around?
Oh, I think he's gone up to one of the farms today.
All right. Well, I was hoping that maybe you might be able to recommend like a ship's carpenter or like a cabinet maker around town. Somebody who can help with some repairs and building projects.
Yeah.
And she gets a little smile on her face.
There's Newt.
Newt.
Yes.
As in N-E-W-T.
K-N-U-T.
Oh. Knut.
He's been working with the carpenter, learning.
So he's an apprentice.
He's the head apprentice.
Uh-huh. And what carpenter does Knut work for?
Newt works with Eggle.
With Eggle. And where would I find Eggle?
He's just to the east here on the south side of the road, heading towards the wharves. The second to last building.
All right. Thank you very much, Benny.
When you see him, tell Newt I'm looking forward to lunch today.
If I see him, I'll definitely let him know.
All right.
That's adorable. So Frankie takes herself down towards Eggle's.
It's a good building you get to. It's not too big, but it's well constructed. Mm-hmm. You can see that Egil has put some pride into his work.
Right.
The front area is the workshop. Mm-hmm. You can tell who Egil is because he's a dwarf.
All right.
Very sturdy-looking dwarf. Missing his ring finger on one hand. He's got a red beard streaked with silver and balding.
Okay.
Stands like he owns the place.
Well, he does.
Yeah, he's like, you walk in and you automatically feel his authority and his presence in the room. He's got a couple of apprentices, 3 in there right there. You can tell who Knut is. Young man around Benny's age. Human, well-built, sandy hair, warm smile when you see him. The other 2 apprentices, there's a girl and a boy about the same age, early teens for them.
All right. So who approaches me to help me out?
Seeing you come in, Egil comes over.
Do they seem to recognize me at all? Or?
Do an insight check.
21.
21. All right. You see a light in his eye, like this must be her.
So he approaches directly. He doesn't let one of the apprentices approach.
He approaches directly, shoves out his meaty hand at you, calluses, and like it's a tradesman's hand. What can I do for you?
Well, hello. You must be Eggle.
Aye, that I am. And who might you be?
I'm Frankie. I'm up in the keep these days.
So you're the lady who's coming by.
So it would appear, yeah.
Pleased to meet you. Welcome to my shop.
Oh, well, thank you. I have been enjoying getting to know the town a little bit. There are a couple projects that I have in mind for the village that
Aye.
I think will require a master craftsman, and asking around, you were the one that was recommended.
Well, of course I was.
You're also the only one.
Aye, so what might be these projects?
Well, first and foremost, I was wondering if you would take a walk with me down to the bell tower.
Aye, I can do that. Let me get me jacket. And he goes to the back where you can see he has a desk set up. His jacket's hung over a chair, puts it on. As he passes Newt, a quick murmured conversation between the two, and then he comes up to you.
All right,
Let's you be off.
All right, let's take a walk. So Frankie leads him over.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as they're looking at it, she goes, so this is our primary means of communication if there's something wrong, right? If there's an attack or if there's an evacuation of any kind or
Aye.
anything like that.
Tis in sorry shape.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who sees that. It has occurred to me that anyone with a little climbing skill could get up to the bell. They
Aye.
could easily get up there and take the rope off of the pulley. And the rope is in pretty sorry shape, too.
You're thinking about them sneaky roguey types.
Well, I'm thinking about the fact that it's fishing season. We have a lot of people coming into town who are plenty skilled in slipping up rigging. This should be a cakewalk for them.
Aye, it would be. So you want to redo the whole thing?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I want to do it top to bottom. You'll be paid, of course.
I wouldn't expect anything less. All right. Let me sketch up a few designs. See what I can do for you.
All right. And it needs re-roping. I don't know if that's something you can source for me. Somebody has to do the rigging and the ropes and things down at the wharf, right?
Hey.
So something...
Gordon might be a good one to talk to. I haven't seen him today. You might want to talk to, Gear. Harbor Master.
Oh, the harbor master. Yeah, I've heard about him.
Good
All right.
fella. Likes his ale.
Yeah. So
Almost like a dwarf.
let's get this going as soon as possible. It would be ideal if this were really in place before the bulk of the seasonal fishermen came in.
All right. I'll sketch things up, get some names down. I'll send it to you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks for coming to me about it.
Well, I figured this was something I wanted to speak with you about in person rather than send an agent. Although from here on out, you'll probably be dealing with my operations manager, the Dragonborn.
I've seen him about.
Yeah, he's Tarer.
Tower.
I trust him implicitly, so if he makes a decision, he speaks for me.
Alrighty. Thank you, lady. I'll begin my work.
Mm-hmm. Well, I appreciate it. I look forward to hearing from you.
Aye, I'll be in touch. He takes a moment to walk around the tower and stare up at it and make some mental notes and then heads back to his shop.
Frankie takes a spin around town.
Mm-hmm.
She goes down to the wharves. She's gonna go meet Gear.
Frankie, you enter that little hut building in front of the wharves, Harbor Master's home.
Mm-hmm.
It's sparse-ish, and a table there, and Gear turns and looks at you with his mismatched colored eyes. Well, what can I do for you?
Hi. Wow, okay. You must be Gear.
Hi, I'm Gear, Harbor Master of these places. Thumps his right arm down, which is missing the hand, and leans in at you, smiling over his beard. You barely see his smile through the
Through all the hair.
hairs. He is human, by the way.
Insight check.
Go for it.
Just to kind of like feel him out. What kind of guy is this? Is this friendliness like a salesman's pitch, or is this just how he is? 17.
It's a mix of both.
Okay.
You kind of feel like this guy's had to put on this persona being the harbor master.
Sure.
People come in all the time, and he has to don't either be intimidated by me or take me for granted.
Hi, I'm Lady Francesca Dumarat. I'm from up at the keep.
Oh, you're the new lady.
Yes, I am.
About time you got here.
Well, I apologize for my tardiness in visiting you.
Waves his stump in the air, kind of dismissing it.
You're busy? I'm busy. What's up?
I need rope. I need a rope for the new bell tower. The rope that's up there, surely you are familiar with how ratty it is.
I would be. After all these years?
Right? You being the harbor master, I imagine you know where to source it.
Okay, how much? What type? You want rigging rope? You want sail rope? You want tying your boat up to the wharves rope? You want that tiny little twine that you redo your sails with rope? We got all kinds of rope I can get for you.
Right, so it's
Magical rope.
a giant brass bell, right? And when I say giant, I mean relative. It's heavy. Surely you're familiar with it.
Okay. You want the basic good stuff.
I need something that will wear well. I need something that, if it's exposed a little bit to the elements, isn't going to freak out. I need something that can take a lot of friction over time.
All right. Yeah, we got something like that. Let me see if I got something in here right now.
Well, I won't need it for a little while.
Oh, well then, I'll ease my knees. You want it enchanted too, don't you? So it'll last.
I mean, ideally, if there are magic users who could do that, I would not object.
You want to do an insight check?
Sure. 22.
There's a twinkle in his eye as you say that.
I can make that arrangement for you.
Well, I deeply appreciate it.
All right. Yeah, I'll get some rope for you. Find someone to enchant it against the weathers.
And you'll send the bill up to the keep.
Of course. Well, it will cost a bit more because magics.
I imagine so.
All right.
I also know that given that this is for the safety of the village and the good of both sets of people, that you won't overcharge, and I thank you in advance for your conscientiousness.
You want to do a persuasion roll on that?
Okay. Yeah, I do. That's another 22.
He leans back and smiles.
For the good of the village. I could do that for you.
I appreciate it. And do know that you can come up to the keep anytime to share a meal and perhaps a glass of wine.
Wine. I might do that. I might take you up on that. You're mighty kind. Write that down in my ledger. Free drinks at the keep. For magic rope that does the stuff they need it to do. Okay.
Right, yes. Perfect.
All right.
That is exactly what I said.
And when do you need that rope by? You said they were tearing it down or something.
You'll need to talk with Eggle about it.
Right. Eggle Tower stuff. Got it. Timeline.
Excellent. Yeah, great.
All right.
Sounds like everything's on the up and up here.
Yeah.
How are things gonna be without Dorn around?
Ah.
It's gonna be all right.
Yeah, we'll be fine. I'll let you know if we ain't. He's got some good captains for his boats. I'll let you know if any of the Enclave ships come by. Dorn normally is taking care of them.
Enclave.
Yeah, the Elven Enclave's coming by.
Oh, do they often come by this time of year?
A couple ships might come during the
So-
peak season.
So what you're saying is it's kind of unpredictable.
Elves, you never know.
Right, yeah. Elves.
And they usually speak to Dorn, because, well, Dorn.
How about this? If any of the elves come, send them up my direction.
Can do.
All right. Well, it is going to be an absolute joy to do business with you, sir.
I'm going to enjoy it too. Joyful business with the lady.
Do you write everything down?
It helps me remember.
Yeah, okay. Bye.
Good day.
Wow, okay. Tara is going to deal with him from here on out.
Of course he is. Frankie, anything else you're gonna do?
I'm gonna locate Tara.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, sister, could you go find the Dragonborn and send him to me? The bronze one.
Mr. Tower.
Up to my office.
Your office? Of course.
Thank
I
you.
can do that for you, ma'am.
Thank you.
And off she goes, running faster than you.
Tara is with Kyle at the moment, just BT dubs. Or Kyle sought Tara out because he's like, oh, he needs loves.
Tara's still up in his room.
Oh yeah, but Kyle, scratching at the door and he's like, oh. Okay, fine, get in here, you big lump. That's very much Nowhere's voice instead of Tara. I apologize. I have shamed my family. I apologize to my friends.
And a little while later, there's a...
Yeah, come in. Oh, there you are. Okay, come on in. Have a seat. Is this about Nowhere's chugging all those healing potions? No. No, it's fine. It's just let him do it. It's fine. Are you sure? Doesn't that stuff like do something to your constitution if you have too much of them like all at once? Okay, if he gets diarrhea from drinking too many healing potions, that's his problem. I don't want to deal with his bathroom habits. Okay, yeah, no, that's fair when you put it like that. Tar, what did I do accepting this? A little bit too much. A little bit. I'm in over my head. You look like you're doing fine. You look like you're thriving. You look like you are very much enjoying this. The two things aren't mutually exclusive.
No, it's not.
Fair point. And they continue in this vein for long enough that Tar sort of forgets that he should be wary.
Mm-hmm.
When he's just like, it's nice to have a conversation with her. They haven't just had a conversation in a while.
Yeah.
And so, hey, I found this thing inside the... let me see if I can just get this open. The thing you gave me. Yeah, take a look. So this is my son. This is Kale. And that's the two of us together. And I don't know who painted this. But yeah, that's him. He is a very handsome young lad. Yeah, he is. He's a good shot, too. Not as good as you, but he'll get there. He's a very good shot. He's kind, He's looking out for other people, and I mean, it's tough for him. He's different. That's because you raised him apart from society. He's a better man for it, I'm sure. Yeah, you're probably right. So about the Behir. And Tar snaps the brush closed. Like a... Damn it. Okay, yeah, what? We're gonna get a group of people together and we're gonna take it down. Okay, you have a strategy for this, or? Yeah, actually, we're gonna build a trap and we're gonna set it and we're gonna wait. So if you and I and a couple other good archers are there, we make the first attack on the chain itself, and when the chain breaks and hopefully falls off, and then we see what we're dealing with. If it attacks, we take it down, and if it goes docile, then we let it go. You sure about letting it go? I mean, it's... Would I know about this because it's a monstrosity? Like, I have information about it. Is it likely to attack us? Does it have a specific, alignment?
It's unaligned. You're not sure which way it would go.
Right.
And with your experience with this type of chain, when you had a really high roll when you're identifying the chain.
Right.
You're not sure which way it would go.
Okay. Do I know how intelligent it is?
Why don't you do a survival check? You'll have advantage.
Okay. 14 and 19.
It is not too smart, but it is very aware of things.
Do I know what it eats?
It eats animals. It likes eating stuff. But
So if we have meat ready to roll, like a carcass of a sheep or something that we could toss to it once the chain is broken.
a sheep won't do much.
Like, would a cow be better?
Cow would be better. You also know that this thing hates dragons.
Right. Okay. Yeah, so you're gonna need to buy some cows. I'm gonna what? You're gonna need to buy some cows to feed it after the chain's broken. I will add that to my list of things to get people to do. Also, by the way, you're my operations manager, so you're gonna get a message from a carpenter with some designs for the new bell tower. I want you to approve those, and you'll be the main contact.
Great. Nothing I have ever wanted more in life than to approve the design of a bell tower. That's very much where my training has been. Very much where I sense my gifts lying.
I'm glad you see it that way.
Way to climb the corporate ladder.
I love that they
Frankie
both.
Incorporated.
They're both so full of it towards each other.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Well, we're going to jump tracks and speed up.
Okay.
Jump
track, speed up.
Yep. It is now getting towards evening. There are 4 people who've been riding their horses all day.
Oh yeah, huh?
They got out of the Seabrook Blue Sea Keep fairly early in the morning. Pulling the map so we can see it. So they started there. They've traveled away from the sea and are now into forests.
Okay.
Dorn has peeled off from the group and has gone to look for a campsite.
Okay.
And
I
has,
rearrange my character sheets.
and
Because
has
now instead of having 5, I have 7.
yeah, and has found one.
All right.
And the group is there, and the horses are hobbled and unsaddled. Fire has been started, and people are starting to relax. Let's see, what is Seastone's survival?
I mean, he's
A 6. So
A 6.
He has a higher survival than True. So she's he's taken care of the meal.
okay.
And there's a black and white house cat sitting there next to Anna.
True, your cat is very beautiful.
Danke. He was a gift from a friend.
He's lovely.
He appreciates you saying that.
I'm sure he does.
Flicks his tail. Looks up at Anna with those blue eyes of his. You can just make out the jade ring on his collar.
His collar is very interesting.
Yeah, I made it of something I found.
Is it some sort of magic?
Yeah, it is. It's something I found. I was a how you say adventurer, sometime,
I see.
and something I found towards the end of my travel.
So you just picked it up and decided it would make a good ornament for his collar.
Well, it wasn't for me.
I understand. We've often come across things that others may be very excited about, and I have not thought suited me.
Yeah. I hold on to it until I find someone who could use it.
Sure.
Tell us about yourself. We know not much about Anna.
There's not much to say. I am a paladin of Sana Ashum. We've been here in Patchwork for less than 3 months. Other than that, I don't know that there's much to say.
Uh-huh. You, because of your passive perception, it is a 15, by the way. You notice True sits up at the name of your goddess.
Interesting. All right.
Sana Ashun.
Yes.
I have heard the name.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think that she had followers here in Patchwork.
No, not in Patchwork.
You're not from here.
I am from Patchwork. When I went adventuring, was not in Patchwork. I was taken from Patchwork to go elsewhere.
It's fascinating. I had no idea that the reverse was possible.
Yeah, I cursed Ksai for it.
Frankie has often cursed Ksai.
Yeah, but the time
I thanked him and Silo for it. It gave me strength, and encounters prepare me for what may come.
So you have heard of Sana Ashun?
Yeah.
Well, who could have predicted that bit of home to meet me today? So, you obviously have returned to Patchwork.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
My time beyond was done.
And-
Kasai and Silo brought me back.
Who decided that it was done?
The gods.
The builders.
Yeah.
I see.
I learned, I grew, I experienced.
And now you're back.
Yeah.
Going to Mokana.
You will need me.
Tell me about Mokana then.
A big city, largest of them not built by the builders.
Not built by the builders.
Yeah, not built by the builders.
Someone just decided it was a pretty spot of land. Decided they wanted to plunk down.
Yeah, it's big, many districts.
You'll lose your own behind if you aren't watching, though.
Yeah,
Because it's so complicated, or because there are people who would steal.
yeah,
Aye,
both.
yeah.
We will go to the Griffin's Nest Inn. That's where we will go first.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah,
It's mighty expensive, I would think. Oh, you're saying, oh, the manor's paying for it. We can go wherever we want to stay then.
no, Nessa will be there.
Nessa. I always did like her. I guess I could live with that then.
And if she wants to talk to the ruling court, the Griffin's Nest's a good place.
You know, I hate it when she's right. She's got a good point, though. Makes more sense if you want to be seeing the royal type peoples, if that you'll be staying in the royal type places.
It's not royal, it just has ties to the court.
I think the lady knew what I meant. I could surmise, yes. Unless Dornier had an opinion about where we should go.
He would want us by the wharves, ships. Maximus would like it. It smells of fish.
Alright, so I'm not saying that this is the best dinner you've ever had, but eat up.
They chow down. We should set watches. Maximus will take first two.
I beg your pardon.
Maximus will take first two. He's been resting most of the day.
The cat?
Yeah?
Does he mind sharing watches?
Cat looks at you. Alright, if you want to.
Anna freezes and stares. Eyes go very round. She isn't rude enough to, like, exclaim. But, like, this is not where she thought this was going. You didn't tell her about the cat, did you? You should have told her about the cat.
True's tail switches. I might have forgotten.
You forgot to tell her about the cat. That's, like, the bleeding most important thing you could have told her.
Anna. Maximus can speak.
I gathered that, yes. I will take the third watch. You scared her out of her living mind.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize to me. Apologize to her. She's the one who can terminate your employment if things go wrong.
Eh.
Alright, no, that's when you're supposed to respond, oh, I'm a monk. I don't have an employer.
I'm a monk.
And,
I don't have an employer.
yeah, we'll work on the banter. We'll work on the banter.
Maximus is just staring up at Anna with those sky blue eyes.
And Dorn, I'm assuming, comes back at some point here.
At some point. Because the food's ready.
I see that you already have a bit of supper ready to roll. Much obliged to you, sir, for doing the cooking. And don't mention it. It's a relatively quiet area. No real evidence that much passes through this way, apart from a few animal trails, a few deer trails here and there. I would say we're in for a relatively quiet night, barring something catastrophic.
We have agreed on watches. You can sleep the night.
Well, I dearly appreciate that. I'm much obliged. My hindquarters could use the respite.
Anna will take third, and Maximus will take first and second.
Dorn blinks at her, then blinks at Seastone, and then blinks back at her. Do Tabaxi have multiple names?
Points to her cat, who's now looking at him with a cocked head. I will take the first and second. I've slept most of the day.
True, I don't want to alarm you, but your cat is talking.
Yeah?
Do you mind explaining yourself?
Maximus is thinking cat.
All cats have some thought.
Yeah. Maximus, some wizard made him like person.
Like a person.
Yeah.
Well then, Maximus, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Maximus blinks, ears kind of rotate.
Yeah. Okay.
I will just say that when my eagle returns, you may wish to make yourself scarce for a few moments until he settles in. You are right about the size that he prefers to eat.
Thank you. I'll be fine though.
I would hate for your mistress to be upset with me over something that is just a course of nature.
True isn't my mistress. She's more of a bipedal companion.
Right. If it's all the same to all y'all, I'm going to make myself comfortable for the evening.
And everyone beds down, except for Maximus, who starts making his rounds for his nightly watch.
Excellent.
All right. Anna, you're
Okay.
sleeping.
Yep. Yes, I am.
How are you feeling, first of all? You're back on the road, you're with a new group of people, and a talking cat.
There are tensions between these four, that I do not understand the history of.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm slightly uncomfortable. They appear competent enough, however. So I'm not terribly worried.
Good. And as you're sleeping, you're digesting the day, of course. Roll me a perception check.
That is a very good perception check, which is very good because Anna does not have a very good perception. That's a 19, by the way.
All right, so before it even starts, you realize you're in a dream.
All right.
The blackness is there, and it starts to fade to more light shadows, grayscale type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You see yourself coming into a cavern.
All right.
This big open cavern. It's underground. There's stalagmites and stalactites. There's a sound of water dripping off in the background somewhere. And as you look around, the first thing you probably notice is this giant trimane, one of those old ships before real sails. It has sails, but you can't turn it.
Right.
Gold-plated with a sculpted front of a dragon's head open, and the oars are sticking up, and the mast is there with the sail all bound up. So
it's just in a cave.
in a cave. That's the first thing.
Is there any water in the cave?
No.
So it's just a ship
In a ship.
on dry land.
Yeah, in a dry cave. And as you see that, you start to see sparkles of gold coins and gold-plated things and silver and platinum, which you haven't really experienced here in Patchwork.
No.
You see statues, old statues of people.
Yes.
Some very regal looking, some in a conquering pose, suits of armor, paintings, You see some lovely shrubs that at one point might have been curated and carved into shapes, but have
You mean trimmed?
trimmed, trimmed into
okay.
shapes, but have overgrown that. They're very faint vestiges of it. And it's gold and weapons and art, but placed in, not just haphazardly, but set up nicely. Like someone has curated this space. Someone has gone through.
Interesting.
And this is a large space.
Okay.
You feel yourself pulled towards the ship. I want you to roll another perception.
Okay. I can do that. 4.
Okay. There's so much around. It's just overwhelming. Your eyes are drawn everywhere at once. You can't quite pull everything in. As you're gliding past, one thing you do notice are these pedestals, but you're not able to catch a glimpse of what's on them.
So just pedestals on the deck of the ship.
On the deck of the ship, there might be things on them, but you can't quite tell right
Okay.
here.
Okay.
And you come to the last set, and on your left, there's a suit of armor.
The last set of...
Last set of pedestals.
Okay.
There's a suit of armor on your left. You can't make it out, really. It's
But
fogged.
I'm
and
familiar
shadowed.
enough with armor to be able to
Yeah.
tell what it is.
And on the right, there is this glaive standing upright, the blade pointed to the sky. Roll me another perception check.
Okay. 8. I doubled my last.
You did. It looks old,
All right.
but it still looks very serviceable.
All right.
And one thing you definitely see from it is this radiant aura coming off of it.
A radiant aura, so blessed by the gods, perhaps.
Yes.
Or arcane.
Blessed by the gods.
All right.
And now I'll need you to do one more perception check.
All right. Last perception.
Please be
check.
good.
18.
Okay, good. As you're staring at the glaive, you feel 3 presences materialize.
Oh. Okay.
Out of the shadows, you see a human walk forward with a funny little hat on.
Okay.
You immediately recognize it
As Ro.
Ro.
As Ro. Right.
And behind him is an older, matronly looking woman. Her iron gray hair is pulled back into a bun. She has an apron on. She has a bit of a frown, but she's looking at Ro.
All right.
And behind them is a humanoid figure wreathed in shadows. You can't quite make out who it is, but behind them you also see the shadow of a much larger creature looming down, watching these two. One you definitely know is a god, and this woman with him.
Can I tell what sort of creature the shadow belongs to?
Do an insight.
Okay. 11.
It's a dragon.
Oh, okay.
But it is not red. That's
not-
the only thing about the dragon you can tell. It is not red. There's a metallic sheen to it, but you can't pick up the hue.
Okay. Where's Tarer when you need him?
Yes. As you watch Ro, he looks at the woman with him, and he pulls his hand out from inside his vest, and there's this book.
Okay.
It's about the size of his hand. It looks worn. The pages, very thin pages, lots of looks like they've been thumbed through a lot. There are a few tabs sticking through, marked pages and all that. He sets it down in front of the glaive, and on the front of it, you see a circle with a crescent moon and a shaft of light going through it.
That's the symbol that I woke up to.
And he looks at you and fades.
Can I approach the book?
You can.
I approach the book.
And as you do that, the woman comes up to you.
Okay. So I am now, there in the dream.
Mm-hmm.
And I am now lucid. I now have control. Great.
What are you doing?
I'm walking up to the book.
Okay.
I want to see what he left there.
And it is a book with that symbol on it.
Yes.
And there's no words on the cover. It looks old, it looks like it's been traveled with and much used over.
Do I know what sort of book it is?
Roll history.
12.
Looks like a prayer book.
A prayer book with the symbol that I woke up on. Woke up with. Can I pick the book up?
Roll me a constitution check.
A constitution check? A 3?
No. Your
Okay.
hand passes right through it.
Okay.
And as your hand passes through, you hear the woman next to you speaking, but her mouth isn't moving. When you return to Seabrook, you will attain this.
The book or the glaive?
Both.
How will I find it?
Your friends will have found this hoard.
My friends will have found it.
Yes.
All right.
Do me proud in Mokana.
I,
Lieutenant Anna Tascara.
of course. I'ma just write down her last name.
She's a lieutenant.
Mm-hmm.
She's an officer.
Which we already knew, I guess. She had an
Yeah.
officer band and everything. Alrighty. Well,
And then the woman fades away. All that's left is the dragon figure.
how about the other shadowy dude thing? Because you said there were 4 figures, right?
A indistinguishable humanoid figure with a
With the baby
dragon
dragon.
above it.
Right.
Those two are still there.
Right. I turn towards the humanoid. The humanoid. I turn towards the humanoid.
It's shadowed.
Are my friends safe?
The dragon's head nods.
Does the humanoid's head nod?
No.
No. Okay. Have I met you before?
You can see a smile on the dragon, and
How
the
about the
dream starts to fade.
And the human?
Nods its head.
Because that's the one she was asking. She's asking the humanoid.
And the dream is starting to fade.
Can you
Yeah.
help me in Mokana?
Both shake their head.
Can I trust my companions?
Both nod together.
Okay. Well.
And that is your time in the dream. It fades.
Okay.
It fades into the shape of Sana Ashun.
Yeah, that feels nice.
And when you wake up, I want you to make a perception, insight check.
Insight. 16.
Your right hand feels warm like your holy symbol has whenever you felt the presence of your goddess.
But just the hand.
And there feels to be something in there.
Okay. I will sit up and open my hand.
You find a milky white opal ring in there.
All right. Opal ring. I have no arcane magic. Can I still sit with it to try to figure out what it is?
You can sit with it. Roll me an intelligence check.
Okay, I'll hold it like during breakfast. I guess
Yeah.
we're eating and things.
Well,
Or I'll-
you're
I'll-
doing your watch now.
Oh, perfect.
Maximus sees you awake, nods to you, and then
So
curls.
I'll just sit with it during
Yeah,
my
he
watch.
curls up next to True.
An intelligence, you said?
Mm-hmm.
14.
Okay. It takes the entirety of your watch
Okay.
to essentially attune and figure out what this is.
Okay.
And as you do, you feel the flow of your goddess and her presence around you. This is something of hers.
So it's some sort of divine something.
By the time the others wake up, you realize if you have this on your person, you will have the proficiency in the perception skill.
Oh!
But it is not meant to be worn on digits. It is to go with something else of hers.
So I can't wear it yet.
You can wear it. If you have it on your person,
Okay.
it will work. But it's meant to go with something else.
It's meant to go onto something. You mean?
Yes.
So it's not designed as a finger.
Not designed as a finger ring.
I will slip it onto my chain with my holy symbol. Okay.
That will work. Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing happens during your watch. You guys wake up. After a quick breakfast, the 5 of you go on your way.
And there you have it. Another episode of K&K Play D&D is in the books. Keith and Kiddo are both still asleep, so I'd say that is a win on my part. That was episode 7 of the Seabrook-Mokana story arc. Now that we're several sessions ahead in the recording of this one, I'm so excited for you guys to find out all the things that Keith has hinted at and dropped and foreshadowed and all that sort of thing. But you're just gonna have to keep listening to find out what those things are. If you would like to complain to Keith that those reveals aren't happening quickly enough, I know I would. You know how to do that. That's what social media is for. You can find us on, the places at K&K Play D&D. Music was written by me. Ambient soundtracks are from tabletopaudio.com. Go thank Tim for us. Hit like, hit share, let your friends know about us. We would love for them to be part of our community as well. And finally, this is Karen, the second K of K&K Play D&D, signing off. I hope that you sleep as soundly as my family does. I love you all. Thank you for listening, and be